Thank you. Well, I got up this morning wondering whether I was going to be picked for table topics this morning. And so Dan hands me number 11, which is my favorite number. And what is it? I'm supposed to give a speech today. So I have to dig deep into my subconscious and find something here. But one of the things that is of great interest to me, I'm kind of a superficial astrologer. I don't really get into astrology that much, but one of the things that I found interest in when I was looking at the what do you call it, the images in Egypt, and what's always fascinated me was the Sphinx, and it seemed kind of odd to me that it should have the head of Khufu on this lion's body, and I was thinking, well, maybe it really didn't have a lion's body. Maybe somebody came along later and recarved it into his own image. And so I started doing some research, and one thing led to another, and I was thinking, well, maybe it came from the age of Leo. And then I said, well, what are the ages all about? Because, you know, I grew up in the 60s, and we were all singing, you know, the age of Aquarius, you know, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, well, there's these big ages that are taking place. And what does all that mean? And so I started investigating, well, what creates the ages and how long are they? And what I discovered, first the mechanics of it, was that our Earth is like a little top, and it's spinning. Obviously it's spinning, that gives us our day and night, but it's also wobbling. It's like a top that's slowing down. And the point of the axis is going all around the signs. And each wobble takes 26,000 years to go through, so that's a big time. And so that, if you divide that by 12, which is how many signs there are in a zodiac, you get approximately 2,135 years per sign. And since it's spinning backwards, we're going through the signs backwards. So right now we're in the age of Pisces, and we're moving into the age of Aquarius. Now, what does that mean? It means that it takes hundreds of years for us to be leaving the effect of one and moving into the effect of the other. It doesn't happen overnight. It's like all of a sudden, boom, we're in Aquarius. We've been feeling the effects of Aquarius for about 200, 300, 400 years when we started getting into more cognitive types of thinking. The age of Pisces is more passion, more devotional. The age of Pisces has to do with the development of institutionalized religions. And now we're moving into the age of Aquarius, which is an air sign, and it's more head-oriented, more thinking, and science is a product of this. Well, I went way back into 10,000 BC, and I was fascinated by some of the things I discovered. In 10,000 BC, we were coming out of an ice age. From 20,000 BC to 10,000 BC, we were in this big, long ice age where it was really hard to live. And as we moved into Leo, which was just 10,500 BC to 8,000 something, we should round it off to 2,000 years, but it's a little different. I find that in the age of Leo that things were kind of a struggle. You know, you can imagine when the ice is starting to melt, you're losing oceanfront properties. Realtors were going bust. You know? So, but at the same time, you know, the land in the northern hemispheres was starting to open up. So places like England, which was probably 100 foot in ice, was now starting to become habitable land. So people are having to move around. So it was a very hard time during the age of Leo to make a living and to get by. From there, we moved into since we're moving backwards now, Leo is a masculine sign, it's projective. And then we moved into Cancer, which is water, and it's a maternal sign, it's feminine. So here we start off with the masculine, and we move into this water sign. What are they getting? They're getting a lot of water. the ice is melting everywhere. There's floods, hard to live. And so for 2,000 years, they're struggling to, moving all around in the country, trying to, or in the world, there's no countries then, trying to make a living. It's pretty much hunter-gatherer type lifestyle at that time. And so here we move from the Leo, which is a masculine paternal image, to the mother of Cancer. And then where we go into the twins. And the twins is sort of like, you know, two people holding hands. Communication is all about that. This is the maritime type of time in humanity where all of a sudden we're starting to travel around the world and visit different cultures in our ships. And so it's communication. And Gemini, which is the twins, is all about communication. So you can see how during these periods in humanity, going through these various cycles, we're picking up on these things for like 1,000 years. We develop something new, and we're faced with different responsibilities and different problems, let's say, you know. And so to carry it through further, I see my yellow light is on. We moved into the age of Taurus after that, which was stability, and that's when the pyramids were built. It was around 2000 BC, and everything was about stability. And in Taurus, the image, the archetypal image, was the bull. And if you look in early Mesopotamian cultures, and the bull was the image. It was Mithra, was the religions of that time. And from the bull, we moved into Aries. And so from 2000 BC to 0, roughly, was a period of Aries, which was the ram. And you look in the later Egyptian images and architecture, there's a lot of rams being created. And if you think about it, you got Ra, Rama, all of these names were all ram-oriented. And I don't have the list with me, but you could go on and on with all these Ra names. So you can see that as we're traveling through these ages, not only are we taking on the images and the archetypes of that you see in astrology, but we're also learning different things about life. You know, we're going through different stages, which I found very fascinating. And I'll have to leave it with that. My red light is flashing, and thank you very much.
Off the cuff, no preparation whatsoever. Alan.